Promise News.
Abononsia Promise 102.7 FM na Promise Television so ni abusuafo emamu nyina achima mo akwaba e de ba ye kase so no nsia bremu kase yi ye kai mo say enam ha say yi a ekoyi social media handles ni nyina eso bo sheba electric house nso e na afa ho ka nkane apa ne ho nyoma nyina ye de sisi fie ni dan mu no wo ba bo sheba papa efi abruchiro no akotwade aba wonsa ebeka ni papa eso to anamobra ha Bosheba Plaza dum Wesley Cathedral roundabout no udu na bi sababi o Pet TV wa ekwa na Bosheba Electric House ewo ensema de brema no pe no de di makotini bi ni say Ghana so afo risika semonsem so Dr. Min Adam akasa de atodwa se Ghana de aman bebreka na ye nimpanyimfo tena se a yeguso ehihye nkrata asem se de be ya ye betime de yensa hwase na aboa amasomdua pam aye adwuma ASEP Africa Center for Energy Policy omuso akasa chemu say Ekwan Electricity Company of Ghana namso edi Ghana fo nya omo na agye nkane asem nyina aboso no eka ho bi na ya na ne che no akoye bibia ewo ho adoba fo ewu Suhum municipality ewe poemantam enso nam kwan so kasa say Suhum 44 kwan ya efiri Suhum ekonkran no asai kura ye sempanyimfo ebe ye de ma won ensem bi atiti say ka ho ne aboa no anopai yade beso mo midin de Akua Asieduwaa yemfa brene yemfa kase ni nchiremu ento amso Ghana man so afo risika semonsam so Dr. Min Adam wakasa de nsem bia todwa se amane ani akuhudu a Ghana de omokate se IMF ena titu China man eni mpanyimfo bebre ate creditor committee ya nam so ama wode anamusifo nyina betena so bie Ghana ka ye de ehon hyehyeye restructuring no mpanyimfo guso ya wo mu ehwem so afo ikira we betimi aboa ma adwene akosai akogina mpempenso bi a ebema akomatoye mu aba ne ewo tua ne bosia ne de ye de ne kanyina ebehunu se mpanyimfo de hyehyeye gu ne kwamu anche wode ehon ama ne ebetudwa Eurobond na afi commercial creditors ayakobo abosia e de afiri omo ho nyina no finance minister de tudwa se aban wo nhyehyeye pa wo nanim ya wonam so a ne waye no nyame ya dom no de ye nkwache yenya mpanifo behwe aye ho nyina adwuma.
I have to tell you that I'm very optimistic that we will reach a very durable agreement that will help reset our debt profile. As far as the bilateral creditors are concerned, you know that we reached an agreement in principle in January, but we had to now formalize the agreement through an MOU with our bilateral creditors as a group, what we call the OCC. And the indication we have is that the OCC has shared the draft MOU with their members, and they are about sharing the draft with us sooner than later. And so as soon as we get the draft and we are fine with it, that will mean we have an agreement on the MOU. The IMF is not asking for a deal with the bilateral creditors, but an agreement on the wording of the MOU, and that will be sufficient for the IMF to go to the board, because that would have signaled the financing assurances that we need from the OCC members. The issue in relation to Eurobonds is also on course. We, as you know, from the cleansing statement we issued at the end of our non-disclosure agreement, we reached an interim agreement which we had to subject to the IMF threshold. And when you subjected that to the IMF threshold, you will notice that we narrowed the gap between what we agreed in the interim with the bondholders and the IMF threshold. We narrowed the gap. Very, very slight difference.
Yet waswa Africa Center for Energy Policy ASEP ekuo mpanyimfo akasa se ye ka se ekuo bi ana adwumako bi incompetent a ECG ekwan ya ECG fa so eche nkane ana nsan Ghana ni biara ya wote oman mu nim se dum so aba ECG nkoa se dum so mai menam so kra na nsan PURC 4 etworo koma awo mo 2nd April be na wotwe miensanie se omonye load shedding timetable mfamra na yenhu eda sei brono sei briwe bo a mobekọ esumu na obi adi atoto ne nema se timetable ne ba ya na ma pressure no ekofom kakra esin se de wunim Oma kan ECG say nye dum so nti omo fa timetable emma nam so ama panyi ba ko a ono esepo ko a policy leader of petroleum and conventional energy so owura kujo ya oche ene semtrofo akasa ma wodi nsem bia to dwa se kwan ECG fo ene Ghana fo di no nyame anim no kure ni enyefe.
And the current narrative is experiencing it one way or the other. So on a personal level, the problems are localized. But I struggle to see how localized problems are pervasive all across the country. And it's not only an Accra problem. Kumasi, Takrady, even in my village, the problem is there. So we have a problem that we all have to agree on, that we have a problem. At least the PULC has come out to debunk some of the earlier things that the ECG was telling us that, oh, it's from our transformers and all of those things. They said it's not really true. The real problem is that we have plants that are available to produce power, but we don't have fuel for them to produce the power. I mean, that is what has been. So in the past month or so, we've been shedding load between 500 and 700 megawatts. And that will mean that some places will have to go off to ensure that the grid doesn't collapse. Now, the problem here is that because ECG doesn't want to accept responsibility for the load management, Gridco will have to do it. And if Gridco does load management, it covers a wider ECG who will be able to isolate some areas, including hospitals and other security installations from the load management exercise. So I think at this point, ECG has shown us that its consumers and clients, it doesn't take us serious. It doesn't care about our concerns, because if you are providing a service and I tell you that I have a challenge with the service that you are providing me, and you tell me that, oh, there is no problem, they are just lucky that they have monopoly over the service that they provide for us.
Ye free hon mo no yakosuhum ewo Eastern region adobafo ye adwuma wo suhum kropon ni mu e che se wo mo kwan ne ba bia ne kura de suhum kwan yaye a wo manyinya ayi flyover bi ewo ho na ne nyina mu no no kire se ba bia wo mo fra ho ma 44 ne fa ho ewo suhum ekonkran ne komase kwantempon mu no ensu atoyiri ebuko ta ne fa afiri ho mene e hwakoyi owu amana adobafo efa kwan ne so kyese na nsen nsuo ne kura to ye yiri ye ne kura de ene ahohoro kwan ne kokora ti omo sese ye highways fo a omo mehwe na omo mesiesie kwan ne fama wo mo owura Samuel Ansa chairman Suhum Chebi Taxi Drivers Union ono no de nsemi tudwa
ka efa haten dia ne mofra krofon so ma wa ha e community a nipa wa ha yi nipa titiri hotels ahuru bebre wa former MP Akua Asieduwaa was a community and this fear also now due to me kakwa baby MTN post me ADCC na on this fear odina fear ko betumi enwa na ne ekoso no high international road link the northern southern sector to the northern sector Burkina Faso cars in Mali landlocked countries in now cars na applying present link ko na na do from Kibi ni petiti wana mwade bia yenim say Kumasi the second largest city in Ghana na sanye mewe ko so be to bi wu answer aya amna donko owu amna akasa utoma ubewu ka toma obewu nti aye kwanya kwanti trupa se wakabe ye be se yake so obi bewu answer ka se fa ha aya ahometi ofa
na eno achi ena Suhum ayekoche adontenhema na na amaforiwa ono so kasa bie se ne papa driver ne kan ye no ehu papa petitru ema mofra wo fa kwan ne ho eko school wo kire se mampanimfo ntwen man kwanhia bi nsi ansa
mi mehu da na mesuro kura ne nti yesre omaga na mpanimfo 44 yemben kumoso a wore kokumase ekwana say bonka sibia eda wono MC Badawroma MP me pa cha obuafo jepa ho chaw se wankasa betu wani na wa behwe highways foot wo krom ha 44 na omu twemu wa ha mu hu da bia ba se na omu nje hwe mfa amuna no ho amuna ba bia du no ebe diewu say ye jitima amuna ni be kum so mo fo e be kum akwantufo nti ye sra omanga na mpanifo say won twa wani be hwa sa amu akasi bi a eda ho me ye folu krom adonti chidom hima na me no mukasa na wie ye ni apere papa
ye free hono na yato aso akonkran bro no ba ko a enyini e won kran empotamo ye frɛ ni tebu na tebu yi Oga South municipality mo e won kran mantam emu say langas ene san ehunehuna ninti amomanfo ne de bia won sunu gugem obeda sɔre no na aye nsem bebre na nansen kra de abo mu hu kra akofa nkomodie ya ba ne say soja ni ba ko a oye adwuma wo 37 military hospital a otitebu ho a ye friend staff sergeant Alex Yali yeso oda sɔre memenda na no pano na ya fefu naka edi ko jan abom ne edi abesi ne pona no ni gate ano amenam soma chese ne yire de ne mma ne nabusuafo nyina esu se obeda sɔre ne edifu naka be bo dan ano a se ne wa wu be wo bi enku a wa wu be wu akoya asem ama omanfo ne se langas fo no mgidi so mo yesa esanse nipa ne dodo no ano yesa bia soja ni huhu enam so esisi nioma kwan kakra ena omo nso mprema soja ni enye na adwuma na meka se ye nei omanfo no kire se omo ni hweye soja ni misayale one ne yire ne mamienu omo afirifie ho esanse omo nim sa na dwo bi ba beto ahye omo so na bibi etesa staff sergeant Alex Yale wa kire ni nsemu.
I reported issue of Anko police station several times. Just last week here, me Anko police station I reported case ma police CID no krampo eba ha krampo eba hwe incident na ekoso wa ha no but then na me ko mo duty into na mama ntumi amfo follow up of the outcome to me yesenke this week ma ba fie no mbesa ko police station ho akọ inform no say ma ba ma fie adwuma ma ba fie ntino what is the next step towards the case
abirbia ba amobima ba attack wo ha ma wotumi achieve da.
Yes, Langard boys be about attacking me wo me fee say me mo digging fee me mo yes ano ma peneso amom nti me no mo boss e no mo dwane kwema na bomod ne chimienu ye chimienu kogu of Anko me so yes ano me nuanom sojafo ne bi aba around nti ye chimienu kogu of Anko police station e mo damu ma ade eche nti no ade eche no nipa na odo mo begu ha no eba police station ho e no bebeli wo mo ebebelu am nti ayesa no me de ayesa me ho abeyo mu ehin wo community no because the omo your community no me no me mpene so mom
nanu achi na assembly member wo denchra electoral area e won kran potamo honorable Ebenezer Ahoto wode to yensem twefo yensem twani na nansa anim e ka kire ne se esese omanfo no dodo ne afiewura afo bebre etutu afiri omadan o masisiem esanse langas yi threaten wo ha wo de ehunehuna ato mo so de bia wo aka che police fo ne nso so wo asem ne nkosi hwe
wo frɛ police se langada ba opotema na mo be chi omo one logistics are police for ewo the closest police station no area here Dancha police station omunika moto amudi beba kwa fo anim nti ema omo ho keka wo fom pa nti de be koso wo body no wan hwe ya police be pa moto na be pa dropping na wo be okada fo afom abaha no na sama pharmacy
nti se dey na mo person plan you for here
de bia ya na me fa akonye so ka kire divisional commander ye freema se ombo ni modern na some we into IGP say me police station almost my wa denchira ha no eniama enche da akade a wo so omdi mom no akade no enche da ensu titiro ni ka and the nature of our community no so kwano se nyenti ommo ka wa hodin motorbikes wa hodin no mo be free police security personnel no no mo doso no mo ko patrol de bia nti die me dadwen titiro ni se what's about IGP o ma denchira for pick up kasiye ba ko na mienu any motos kan police for betu ya di o madwuma na nipa dodo ase wo police station mi hu se so mi nim nipa dodo o so mba ho de nanso eso
ye free honomo na yakọ nkamfoa ye kekos nkuru ana bro no ne baako na ohene a wote akonwa so nkamfoa na anafo ya wotoso enkono ene wakasa wo so no de afi abato no ebe ya sumwi acha ababi a ya to man Ghana mu nipa bi kana afi abato no ye critical de ye nenso se Ghana fo nto abanko ntokwa na sedi asumwi be fa abato no ho da ye to no ye beto awie no ebe ye obi anwanwa one ye nsem twofo atwetwe nkomo na ohene di nsemi tudwa
onche bia mo aboto abet masre so benda mane huma yesho yeso mi de ya dana la ye kokumisa na odi impakor ye ne MP kokumisa na edi de mana e man penso edi kokumiti masas mo dwe me de ma da me ama yeku nyinala sabe i onye timra aka o yeboko asomdwi mala yeboto minjinzi de asem bibesi obaya asomdwi ma biala wabonu i election a obaya obeta asomdwi baba emen de metadum pumutu wonfo mutum mfla amenye kunu nimpanyimfo nyinala na mekachira wonde ma olokwe nwana wodidi bana no nwana watado ofufa ha wode bla timemfo masra won abaye botuwi ma mebiala onkona onka fefa ebinim mbada umba no me besa di biala wokro yimu o me yemfa asomdwe ne yemfa to aba ne yemfa asomdwe so fanti na meimu ne emyam kan ye nyinala na aban ma baba oyakotin onye bie da kura na baba mimire yeboto ma wa ya asomdwe
ye free ho no mo no abewie kase no krai we Sutifi North honorable Patrick Bano MP a wogina mu ema amanfo we Sutifi North ne ne wakasa chese mpuntudwuma bebre hia ye wo so de nani koso wode nsemtwofo akwaprobo e wo ne mpotem ho akobobo nsem bi so acheche niema bi ani so de akere wo mo akwansidie bebre wo ho ne ne wo fa obetimi aye na wayi sai no nyina free ho dwuma nyina koso wo kensre MP nsemu no no wo kire se odi kura wo kensre ye we Sutifi North mensini mu e kasa chem sempuntuo de ya abowom papa na neoma e ha won bie na nakwasi apia kire a etichafo ayi posi omo ba kensre besi school no wode nani bebo hotel e kina no okọ afi wo mu ni apom de ne aso ye health facility bi ani ho ena nkane anso e wo nkro ni titiru ni new site no eno so akoyo hawo ama ono aboba no ahyebo se we nyina wo betu wana mo woni district education director e bi di nkomo na wa hwese wo de etichafo dodo beba bi osusuku adan no de apapa de so apopa ni nyina aban behwe no asiesie ni nyina ena pomde ho nsem ne nso wo mo behwe na wadi ho dwuma
Thank you. School be a big come on. Almost school in what you I'm school in what area. A customer can hold on my put your movie. I require a little man. But I did certainly a teacher for a short man. And education director was teaching of only free papa. Requirement, nothing is you need to do so. Not like I say, a teacher for the video my head. Now, almost to my coffee the former, as you say, I come. Looking one of more. She said, the Quema, yes, center. Now, you go to June. Yes, we do account a year. And I'm not a family here. So, 2,000 and 9 hours can be good. You don't mean music of piano. Now, we go 1 person. We go that's a family because of the one. I'm not the good I don't equipment here. And so you're talking not accumulate in Makama and the more cycle. And you know what I see you and your uncle. You didn't be in a Kama and the Diaco. This will be about
na enu na chi no ona honorable Patrick Bano to aso se oni Rose Minister egusua edi nkomo se ekwan afi hwidiem ko Kenya ase no wo meguso ma won
the child that we hwidiem Kenya ase kwan hwidiem Kenya ase kwan no ni mo ho ene aban e ka bo mu a omo minimum collaborations. Now, if you want, she can't get here now. You could be a minimum for my ETI and my contract. According to contract, and after a benefit of the year, Papa, a year, time could be them. Now, she can't. Now, minimum to Mrs. Susan, she cannot be my saying to know, minimum of the organization, which are buying social. Now, many. Road minister and also the trauma capacity and also road minister and say we need to Yasum Abdul so I am a man for
Yebejina MP and sensemi so na yedikasia and second free promise 102.7 and a promise television bremo no pay nyina esi ni obo ansemi nyina no edema yen na yebeken kan ono kra na betena fidie na chichinchim ne fru mama yen eye Mr. Amoaten and Mr. Asiedu eso ebo ni chidom ebi medin de akwasi do ame sorry so ne akoto aso ba ebi na dwuma e wa ha nyina nso yede abremo yede mu nyina asema mu ne hwa enya ado